times we've tried not having a trainer out here reminding Bo what to do, and we wanted to see if he would do it all on his own. And he did, so you saw he got a really big party from the other trainer that's been working with him, and he got lots of toys. Yep, you can definitely clap. So as you can see, there's other ways we can reward our dolphins other than fish. So sometimes our boys might really enjoy toys. So you saw he got a whole bunch of toys, a whole bunch of praise, and that's another way we can tell him, yes, you did it. It's excellent. So another behavior we're going to move into while Bo's playing with his toys and enjoying his success. If you look over here on the left-hand side, we're working with our younger of our two dolphins, Foster. He's 9 years old. His mother, Jade, is in the back. And so we're working on something maybe not as fun, may feel a bit scary for them at first, but it's a very important behavior. So we're asking Foster to go into what we call blood layout. So we can collect blood samples from their tail. There's a really nice big vein right there, so we can collect blood samples from there. So same thing like if we were to go to a doctor and get a checkup, doctor might want our blood to test it to make sure we're healthy. So same thing with our dolphins. But we try to break everything we do, whether it's a fun behavior like Bo's back dive, or maybe kind of scarier behavior like Foster's blood draw behavior. We try to break it down small steps, and we work with the dolphins as long as they're comfortable. So as you can see, Foster is kind of a little bit squeamish right now. So it looks like we may pass on his blood behavior. So dolphins do have choice in everything they do, whether it's something fun, whether it's something scary. So they know that they always have a choice, and we won't force them to do something they're not ready for. So if we ask them for that back dive and they choose not to do it, we might ignore it, we might try to ask for it again, but they always get a choice in what we're doing. So as you can see, his trainer took away that blood box that she was carrying, that kind of scary kind of precursor to, hey, we're going to do something not as fun. And his trainer just kind of took it away and moved to something a little bit more fun, and is doing some relationship building with him. So relationship building is really important for when we're working with our dolphins, to ask them for those scary behaviors. They need to learn that they can trust us. We can't just come in there and be like, oh, we want your blood. So we have to build a really strong relationship with them. So as you can see, that blood box is gone, and he's doing much better right now. So that's a way that we can kind of step back, say he wasn't ready for us to be there with the blood box, because he knows that's kind of when we might take a sample or practice a sample. But now he's doing much better holding, and his trainer's just holding him there in a nice relaxed position. And as you can see, he's cooperating and sitting there for her. And we're going to practice rolling him over to take a breath while he's doing that. So dolphins can hold their breath up to about 7 minutes, 15 seconds for bottlenose dolphins, but they do usually breathe about 1 to 2 times a day. So sometimes we might practice that rollover in the middle of it, because sometimes we have to hold them for a long period of time to get the sample that we need from them. So it's really important to practice these types of behaviors, so that way when we rehearse it and when the real thing comes, they hold nice and calm like this and are able to get a sample from the vet. So as you can see, Bo kind of came around and showed you a little bit more of that tail right there. So he was doing a speed swim as he was coming around. Dolphins are mammals, so they pump their tails up and down, versus sharks and other fish kind of move their tails side to side. And he was swimming upside down, so they can swim upside down, right side up. They can twirl around while they're swimming. It all is up to the dolphin. It might be for fun, it might be just a preference, who knows? But a lot of our dolphins do swim in multiple different directions like that. But their tail is their powerhouse right there that they use to get themselves both through the water and out of the water. And then their pec fins, as you saw his trainer working with Bo over there, they do relate them to our hands. We have the same bone structure in there as they do. And then Foster's showing off one of the hunting strategies that bottlenose dolphins in Australia would use, this hydroplaning behavior that you see right there. So dolphins in Australia choose to do this, and they pass it down from generation to generation. So they're excellent mimics of both each other and us. So dolphins pass that down, they kind of trap the fish up on the beach, so it makes it a lot easier for them to catch. So maybe they don't have to do that speed swimming behavior you saw a little bit earlier. So we're showing a little bit more mimics and how our dolphins can mimic us in different ways right there. So you saw Bo kind of twirling around, following his trainer, watching him very closely right there. And it looks like we're going to move on to Bo's tail walking behavior. So this is one of the ways they can show off that strong, powerful tail I was telling you about. And here I'm making some noises right there. So sometimes during learning, they get really excited for themselves. They may make vocalizations all on their own. So we're going to put that target pull out there for Bo, and we're going to ask him to follow that target pull. So this is a different way we can teach our dolphins. So that was a pretty good job by Bo right there. So right now we're really working on Bo kind of maintaining himself up out of the water in a nice position where he has good body control, and it looks like he's kind of walking on the water surface right there. So he did such a good job, it looks like his trainer just ended it right there. So if the dolphin does a really good job on a behavior, if we're training the new behavior, a lot of times we quit while we're ahead, so that's why we just did one time ago. He did an excellent job, and we stopped his learning right there, and then Foster showed off that completed behavior. Foster doesn't need that target pull to guide him along as he does his tail walking behavior. So it's pretty cool to see how they can finish that behavior and don't need any extra assistance. There we go, with a little bit more mimicking behavior. So we can use all kinds of different tools. So great job right there. So we can do different mimicking behaviors, we can use target pulls, we can capture different behaviors with their vocalization. So we can't really tell with all these different noises that we make, so a lot of times the capturing comes in handy when we just hear them making noises as we're walking around the pool. We blow our whistles to let them know that, hey, we really like that, we want you to do it again. There you see a different way they can use their blowholes by blowing bubbles up out of the blowhole. So they do communicate and blow air out of those blowholes right on the top of their head. And the bubbles is one of the ways they can hunt fish as well, so they can corral them into different schools. And now we're going to see about our porpoising behavior. So as I mentioned, they do breathe air. So they do have to come to surface. So this is a great way for them to grab a quick breath of air before they dive back down. There was Bo showing off his porpoising behavior. It's also a way they can reduce some of the drag that they feel in the water on their bodies when they're going through. So here's Foster's version of his bows. As you can see, each dolphin does it a little bit differently from one another. So Foster is a little bit more out of control, or Bo really focused on kind of coming up and down that same spot. So now Bo's going to show you another behavior he already knows called his vertical spin. There we go. So you'll often see spinner dolphins in Hawaii, how they got their name, coming up spinning like that when they come up out of the water. But bottlenose dolphins do this a lot as well to scratch any itches they may have on their body. So now it looks like Foster's going to show you a little bit more of the tail. He got pretty excited. He didn't even listen to his whistle. So this is a newer behavior from Foster as well. So that's why he's still trying to figure out where exactly he looks at his tail when he's doing that fluke splashing behavior right there. So with that kind of thing, we gave him a whistle for when he did a really good one, and then he kind of got really excited and kind of ignored the whistle. So that's why we didn't try again there, because he started getting a little carried away there. But that's fun. They have to practice behaviors when they first learn them. There's a behavior Foster knows very well. That's his back-bridging behavior. So that's another way dolphins can communicate with each other, or they can hunt any kind of fish. Now Bo wants to show off his tail as well. Bo is what many of us think is our best slashing dolphin here. He has a very large fluker tail back there, and he loves to show it off to you guys. So I think Foster's going to come pop up and say hello to you guys out here in the center. So you can get a pretty good look at him and how he uses those peg fins on the side to wave to you guys. And then Bo's going to show the opposite end. He's going to show that tail or that fluke off to you guys. And possibly get me wet as well. There we go. As you can see, Bo can get a little bit further. This middle section's pretty hard to reach, but he still can get the water out pretty far into the crowd. So he's been doing it a lot longer than Foster. Has a much bigger tail, so he's much better at doing that splashing behavior. So it looks like now we're probably going to wrap up this session with our boys. But if you guys want to hang around and see what else is going around in here, I I do believe we should be probably getting our girls out here a little bit later, so if you want to come back and check out, see what our girls are doing, you can check that out. We do have one more training session today at 6:30. And be sure to check out our Dolphins from down below so you can see what we're having a great time. But if you have any other questions, feel free to ask me. So thank you guys so much for joining us and have a wonderful rest